Welcome back to the Talos Principle 2 blind playthrough. This is part 3. So in the last one I was in... I'm blanking on the name, so I'll have to check the map. But I did finish all of E1. I know I went back there. Got the stars. And then I went... Well, I think I started at E2 and finished that up, first and foremost. Then I went to E1. We're going to go into E3, which is called Eastern Wetlands. So without further ado, let's start. That way I can get these names proper. Also, I watched a little bit of Akinar's, his episode 1 and 2. I can finally start to watch that. Great YouTuber, check him out. Akinar TV, that is. And the name Niam is pronounced Neve. I think it's Neve. So yeah, I butchered it. As I do all words in this freaking philosophical madness. That's okay. Let's check it out. 7 hours and 53 minutes. You could take off a few minutes because I went into here before I started streaming to get the name of this place, the Eastern Wetlands. I'm still in Grasslands Ring. That's E1. So yeah, the name that I was trying to remember is Wooded Plateau, yes. And I did not get the second star. But I do understand the concept now of lost puzzles and lost labs. I'm not going to worry about gold puzzles yet because I don't think I can access them. We'll see through time. So my intention here is to do everything I can, including the stars. But if I couldn't figure it out naturally, I'll come back later. I did notice there's like these rogue connectors. Rogue static connectors. That's what I call ones that are just kind of sitting there. You can't take them. I saw 3 of them. And I did put every single color onto them. But I didn't put every, red one and then a blue one and then a green one just to see what happens. I didn't experiment. Anyway, we're going to head to Eastern Wetlands. But in order to do that, I need to get in my car. So let me just click up and whistle my horse. No, wouldn't that be cool? I also need to look at my top more. My compass. In fact, there's a question mark. What is that question mark? That's what I'm going to do before we go to the Eastern Wetlands. Is try to see what these question marks really are. Ah, it's one of these. Is it? So if I use this, yeah, it changes it to a palm reader. Alright, we'll start this off with Listracia from Lives of the First Companion by Randolph. Listracia is perhaps the most mysterious of the first companions, a wanderer and a mystic by nature. He would venture far from New Jerusalem on his own, recording his thoughts as he explored harsh and distant lands. These recordings garnered him a group of devoted followers to whom he tried to impart his wisdom. 5358. In the troubled time following the founder's disappearance, Listracia and his disciples set out on a journey to reach the opposite end of the world by foot. They have not been heard from since. Let's listen in.
There is a pleasure in arriving on this island. The pleasure of being the first to step foot here in hundreds of years. It is a genuine pleasure, and yet it is also banal. My presence here is of no more significance than that of every other animal. These rocks do not care who walks here, and the millennia between the presence of our ancestors and my brief journey are nothing to them. But even putting it this way is wrong. It is not that the rocks do not care. It is that in some sense they do not exist. I may stand in awe of the cliffs on the southern coast, but the cliffs cannot look back at me with contempt. They cannot do anything at all.
Interesting. Thank you, Cecilia. I would like to be able to get back to my rocket-powered battle car. But I'm struggling to do that. The music is so epic. Okay, okay. I think we're good. Yes. So in this section, E1, I have gotten all the stars. Besides the gold puzzles, I'd say I'm done here. Minus potentially some lost artifacts or ancient artifacts. We are entering the capsule. Here we go. East 3.
After 1K found those labs, I started thinking, where did all the tech come from? So I had a look at the serial numbers, and it turns out the answer is New Alexandria.
Oh. Wow.
Okay.
I guess that makes sense. After the explosion, the colony was abandoned. Nobody ever went back for all that stuff.
We had enough to deal with. So many dead.
So that's one question answered. But how did they go from scavenged Alexandria tech to all this?
How did we go from nothing to where we are now? Through the application of reason and the right tools.
I want to, hopefully that's logged. I'd like to check what Melville said at the beginning about New Alexandria, because I remember reading about it. Whoa. This is like one of those things that I saw. Wow. For one, oh, I can look around. That's a crazy statue. I feel like I saw one of these things in one of the lost labs.
Look at
What
the size of
the
that structure.
fuck,
How does the
man?
material support so much weight? Is it the same stuff as the other buildings?
Yeah. I know it looks like some type of concrete, but the molecular structure is completely different. Whatever it is, it's a lot stronger and less brittle.
Are the labs made out of the same material?
No, that's just ordinary concrete. Although, it does have some molecular weirdness going on too. Too little variation in the grain.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Here's our signs. Yeah, this is quite funky. Holy crap. So no more Tetris puzzles, Jonathan, if you're watching. There's these, but we have to solve puzzles first. So let's head on over to 1. I'll do my exploring after I stay on the beaten path. 1's down here. Oh, they made a variation of it. It's kind of like the same, but it's different. There's also a museum that has it. This is called inversion. Okay, I have not learned what this is. What does inversion... It inverts the color, blue to red. So if I want blue, I should connect the inverter to red and go blue. Oh my god, these concepts are gonna be tricky. Are all the names still same CLLLR on screen? Color? Are all the names still same? I'm not sure what that means. Like when I walked in, it said inversion. Oh, nice. I see what you're saying. Just wait. I still wish I could show you RGB converters. The RGB converters is super cool, and so is the driller. Know your chat names. Oh, on screen? You could build a computer in Talos. Yeah, I guess, technically. I don't know. On screen is being handled by Streamlabs, I think, or Stream Elements. What happens if I connect to it? What color am I emitting off of it? And that's because whatever it's inverting. And what is my goal? Okay, so yeah, this is super simple now. Right, because red's going into it, thus emitting blue. But because this, it's going to invert whatever color it has back to red. It's kind of like RGB converter, sort of, not really. Wow. So that's what I saw in the Lost
I
Lab.
think about New Alexandria all the time. But realizing this place was built on its bones just brings it all back even more.
Whoa.
We were so optimistic when we started. So full of ourselves. Thought we could accomplish anything. And then, in one single moment, it was all gone. I remember a flash, and then just lying there, realizing that my legs had melted.
Jesus.
I tried to pull myself away from the fire, but the servos in my arms were broken. If Eustathius hadn't found me...
Eustathius.
Sorry. Just some old scars.
What's up, you cute? I have been meaning to catch up with them. But log. Yeah, I think... Was it this one? Yes. So Melville said, after 1K found those labs, I started thinking, where did all the tech come from? So I had to look at the serial numbers, and it turns out the answer is New Alexandria. Yeah, I read something about New Alexandria. I don't remember where or what. It's probably in... Or I talked to somebody about it? Was it a voice memo? No. Anyway. Uh-oh, I lost the Yakut. Damn, what the hell is this? Remnants of the past. Discover a trace of what happened on the island.
Jerusalem,
Miranda.
I'm going to have a cat. He's going to be black and white, and his name is going to be Bean. And I'm going to make sure that he never gets sick, and he never gets old, and he'll be my best friend forever.
Oh, Miranda, you sweet summer child. Absolutely gorgeous game. Those little foxies running around. Like Ghost of Tsushima if you turned everything into puzzles. Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna talk to the NPCs when I see them, as I see them. But since the cute walked away, I'm just going to jump into number 2, energy maintenance. So we only have one thing right away. Jonathan, if you're still watching, here's a cool thing. You can deselect. That's a huge feature I wanted, right? If I accidentally click this, oh, I don't want that. Let me deselect it. And if I don't want any of them, I'll just hold circle and deselect all. So there's another reason for you to get a PS5. Because Talos 2, I think, is only on there. Besides PC, but... Okay, and since I have that, technically this should be red too, right? Oh. Okay, that's right. But what comes out of this should be red. And now the fun part. What's keeping this door open? So let's break this. I don't need blue anymore. Well, I might. Yeah. Okay, hold up. Technically speaking, if I do this, I should be able to pick this up. And then the opposite should come out of this. And I'll just need to add one more connection. Hell, I don't even need that anymore. I may have overcomplicated it. I tend to do that. Oh, I see you have to go to bed. Okay, yeah. Well, good luck tomorrow. This is a good puzzle. The first couple usually are just teaching. Anyway, let's catch up with Yakut. I want to get to know these guys more.
Miranda, a new
Me neither.
person not born in New Jerusalem. Can you imagine that? I wonder what it's like to be her.
I probably missed dialogue at this point, but it's okay. Depends on who created her. Probably not that different. Lonely. Maybe she's more free than we are. What did he ask? I wonder what it's like to be her. Can you imagine that? Oh, it's probably not that different, to be fair.
How do you mean?
Well, everyone has the same problems. There's a common baseline to all rational beings. I barely spent any time in New Jerusalem, and I'm not that weird. Okay, I like that.
But doesn't our environment influence who we are? Our values, our sense of meaning? You were born into New Jerusalem at this specific point in time as the completion of the goal. Doesn't that affect who you are in a unique way?
That stuff is superficial and doesn't really matter to our deeper selves. I don't really care about the goal or any of that. I guess you're right. But we are all still material beings trying to survive. Yeah, I guess you're right.
I'm not denying that we have agency, by the way. But Miranda, whoever she is, will be a different person than she would have been in the city. Just like you would be different if you were born here.
I wanted to ask you about something else. Yeah, I want to know more about everything about you.
I don't know if there's much to tell. I'm not that interesting. I'm just a member of the scavenging team. Well, senior member. Lead scavenger, I guess. There's not that many of us left, to be honest, and Garrus doesn't get along with the mayor. What else? I have a cat named Bruce. I like old music. I have a collection of antique bottles. I think that's it.
You collect bottles? Why did you become a
I've
scavenger?
always loved exploration. Seeing new places, that feeling that you're the first person to set foot somewhere after all this time. But you know, it's not even that. It's just seeing new things. The world is full of remarkable sights, and experiencing them changes you. It's not the same as just reading about it.
I agree with that.
Exactly. Every time I go on another mission, I find something that surprises me, that extends my horizons in ways I couldn't have anticipated. The world is so much bigger than we are. It contains things that we can't even imagine. And if we limit ourselves to our own minds, we'll never grow.
It's good. It's a good point. Tell me about Bruce. Your
He's
kitty.
5 years old, half goofball, half psychopath, loves sticking his head into things, chews cables, pees on electrical stuff. Melville banned him from her workshop, but he loves visiting her and peeing on her equipment.
Bruce. Yeah, why do you collect bottles? I'm glad that came out.
I just find it fascinating that these fragile objects have survived for so long. Plus, they're kind of pretty.
Do you want to solve some of these puzzles?
Oh no, please. No puzzles. I'm so bad at puzzles. I barely got out of the booting process. Elohim thought I might be defective.
What's the farthest you've ever been from New Jerusalem?
It might be this. Although there was an expedition to a superconductor storage facility up north, incredibly well preserved, but the logistics were an absolute nightmare. Now that I think about it, there might be some of that in you.
What do you make of these labs?
They're very different from the rest of these structures in that they serve a clear purpose. Everything else is kind of surreal, but the labs are places where people lived and worked. I don't know what that means, but I think it means something.
Yeah. Have you ever seen anything like the Megastructure in your travels,
Our
buddy?
ancestors built some pretty amazing things. Huge cities, factories, mines, monuments to their history, but nothing quite like this, no.
What do you think the towers are for?
Maybe they're for powering up the megastructure? Or
Yeah.
maybe they just open it, like keys. Why?
That's what I think.
No idea. But aren't they gorgeous? Just incredible feats of engineering?
100%. I agree, they're beautiful.
I don't know who built this place, but whoever they were, they must have had a purpose. Making something so beautiful feels like a statement of intent.
All right, that's all. Good talking to you, cute. I solved this, right? Yeah, energy maintenance. Hey, we both said bye and are walking the same way. This is awkward. Yeah, this place is quite vast. I do see another, like a connector path. An unused connector path. So I gotta figure out what that's all about, because I also saw that in the second place. In E2. Yeah. Here's another palm reader. Founding 3, Hypatia's Journal number 3 from Hypatia's Journals Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem, Day 42. We broke ground on the first of the permanent structures today, a large hall that will eventually be converted into a performance and exhibition space. My idea, although for now we'll use it as a workshop. It's strange, this place. There's a lot of open space, and I didn't think that I would find it so unusual. But I suppose we all spent more time at the dam than was originally planned. And now it's difficult to get used to not having that low ceiling over our heads. It's probably just me. Byron loves being outside and is always volunteering for scavenging missions. Lysia usually tags along, and although he seems more fascinated with observing nature and various weird creatures. At night, I sometimes catch myself standing by the door, not because I have guard duty, just watching the stars. It's oddly comforting to think that they've always been there, that they've watched our ancestors standing where I now stand. Message fragment 5358. We keep seeing 5358. From Miranda to 5358. We finished setting up the external site at the lake. The area is so stunning we forgot about the experiment for a while and went for a long walk. The ways in which all the different aspects of nature interact with each other are endlessly fascinating to me, and the sheer variety of living things, even on a simple green meadow. Sadly, we then stumbled onto the carcass of a deer that had been torn apart by wolves. It must have suffered enormously, and thinking about that made me feel truly horrible. There was so much pain in nature. You know, Miranda, for a robot, she has a lot of feelings. Ecosystem engineers. Cutting down swaths of trees for their building projects, thoughtlessly causing radical changes to the large environments and forcing local species to adapt to their artificial habitats. These are the traits of a species of intelligent, industrious, and extremely impactful ecosystem engineers. Humans? No, I'm talking about beavers. Like us, beavers transform their environments via building, and their actions have real consequences, creating vast wetlands that some species thrive in while others die. Human activity is very similar. We too are ecosystem engineers, and we too benefit some species while harming others. Everything about this is completely natural, including the damage to other species. After all, that's what competition and evolution is all about. Those species that adapt to the ecosystems we create will, over the coming millennia, become the core of a new biodiversity, and so evolution runs its course. If we don't like the result, if we think some species should be preserved despite being outcompeted, well, that's anything but natural. It is, however, very human. Miranda writes in reply, "It's fascinating how so much of what we do is common in animals, but furthered enormously by our intelligence and our ability to remember. Through us, the universe strives to a greater level of complexity." Failed to load profile said, "But does the universe have the capacity to strive for anything? We must be careful to avoid projecting human values onto the cosmos." author Anthony Castor. Location Grodna External 2. So this is just the other people. Miranda's group. I'm curious to know about them. I have something in social media. Cat sitting advice? So, Pellegrino says, so I'm cat sitting Yakut's cat, Bruce, and he keeps peeing on my charging pod. Is there anything I can do to prevent this? At all. Clean it very thoroughly so not a single trace of smell remains. I know it's hard without the ability to smell, but we do have some cleaning agents that should do the trick. Contact me on private if you need a list. He then also says, oh, and make sure Bruce isn't distressed by something. Cats don't like being moved from their territory. Maybe it would be easier if you just moved him back to Yakut's place and fed him there. Yakut says, no, Bruce is just a bastard. He loves peeing on anything electrical, chewing on cables, and generally just breaking stuff. This is normal, and I warned you, Pellegrino. I could have given him to Neith. She's used to him, Pellegrino says. But he's so fuzzy and I love him. Atoll. Ah, cats. Let's solve more puzzles. There and back again. So we're dealing with this new object, the inverter. There and back again. And then we have an RGB converter. Yeah, the inverter. I'm sorry, RGB converter. Did I say that right? We have a converter and an inverter. Excuse me. Oh, we have blue too. Okay, hold on. Technically speaking, well, hold on. What if let's deselect all. I'm a little bit worried about what this will do. Yeah. I was worried about that. Yeah, because it'd be nice to be able to get this guy through with me. So I can't really do anything. Could it be simply, whoops, I just have this a little too close? And now I can just steal from this? Technically speaking, this will also keep the door open and I can grab you back? Cool. And then I probably don't need this anymore. Potentially. Blue would turn to red. And that's how we get... Actually, that's how we get... We're not even... I can't get ahead of myself. Hold on. Alright, so if I wanted to connect like this, it'd be red to red. Cool. Take the RGB converter, which would turn to green. What is the rest of the puzzle? Let's go back. Whoops. Alright, we know we can go back via this route. But let's see why. Right, we need green. So this is fun. This is fun indeed. That should keep the door open, which should allow me to come through. Blue, wait. Blue plus red equals green. That's it, right? That wasn't that bad. Awesome.
Well done, 1K.
That's cute, right? Yeah. Your cute's always hanging around me. Four. Four is right here. Interesting structure. Wow, I mean, it's so vast. Refraction. Refraction. If that's blue, we can only spit out red for now, which gives us this. What can we see? Blue's going in. This should give me red as well, right? No, it's blue coming in, so it's red. Red coming in, so it's blue. It's always going to be the opposite. And that's tricky because this is going to turn red. So we're not quite at this step yet, I would imagine. Was there something else? Yeah. Okay, there's more here. So this should make it blue. Oh. Interesting. Let's stop all that jazz. Well, we needed that. Hold on. Let's think for a second. Whoops. Blue's coming in, which makes it red. So therefore, if I shoot it... What color is it? It's blue. Fuck. So basically, we need red here going into... Right? Is it blue there? Yeah. There's no trickiness with the fence. Now you should be independent. And you'll be red. So I think we're done. Yeah. It was just that little addition I needed to do. Inverters are going to get nuts. Gosh, if they start adding everything else together, man. Less old Talos stuff. They can make some complex stuff. Complex puzzles. Places of longing Paris. Athavlok. Paris was an ancient city, sometimes called the City of Light, one of the great capitals of the world, home to tradition and innovation alike. It was the birthplace of one of the greatest revolutions in history, the moment that gave birth to modernity in all its glory and horrors alike. The spirit of freedom that was born here, although it was suppressed by enemies and traitors, never entirely faded, and it lived on in the minds of artists for many generations. Maybe something of that spirit still remains in us. It's a nice photo. Or painting. It's not a photo. That is a painting. Miranda imagines a cat. 4 of 8 so far on the Eastern Wetlands. How do I leave? This is a good little puzzle. They're certainly making me think. But they're not that challenging yet. Of course, be careful what you wish for. Let's explore this stuff. This might be a Pandora puzzle. Or Pandora Star. Data transfer to research log initiated. New interface. Found on a Sphinx monument in the Eastern Wetlands. E3 engraving. Taking a reference photo in case I want to figure this out later. X marks the spot, perhaps. There's the big statue with the big thing in the middle. Okay, I'll look into that. I did see that big statue when I wrote in, so that's good. A lost puzzle. We found a lost puzzle. Let's try it. Transposition. We have a jammer, an inverter. Oh my god, we're gonna be using what do you call it? A driller as well. It's stuck inside there. Okay, but we also are stuck here. Interesting. This is an inverter. This is an inverter. Now, red would be coming in, so I can just hit one of these, right? Let's try that. Which makes it independent. Yes, yes, yes. Now I have a driller. And why do we want the driller? What is this power? Shit. Yeah, we're gonna lose that. That's okay. I'll just reopen it real quick. And redo this. This was red, right? No, that's not a source. I'm bringing in my source from over there. Maybe it activates the gate. I got one half of the gate. Now I need blue. So perhaps... Oh, that's tricky, huh? I haven't utilized that driller hole yet either. Let's just see what happens if I bring this through to this side. Is it reachable? It is. Okay. That powers one half of it. Let's swap this potentially. I should still be able to see this. I think we're going to be doing the same thing opposite though. Maybe, if I'm thinking this through properly. Right, because this will become red and red. And technically, they should all be hitting. Now it's a matter of swapping it. There we go. One lost puzzle done. That was awesome. Good puzzle.
I sent the drone to have a look at one of the other puzzle clusters. It seems they remain inert until they're connected. I uploaded the pictures to the log.
Should we check them out with the VTOL?
VTOL.
Let's conserve fuel as much as we can. There's no point in going there if it's all dead.
No, but I wanted to go. Wait, is this thing still on?
Yay! My internal monologue. He wanted to go. What is this? Getting lost in everything. The music is so captivating. So you didn't upload any pictures? Oh, there is. Drone data from the north of the island. Whoa, it's snowy biome. North survey. I sent the drone to have a look at another puzzle cluster, but it seems they remain inactive until someone gets there or until the transport system goes online. So we are... Well, I don't know how to get there yet. It seems like we're trying to unlock the megastructure. Maybe from the megastructure we can make our way over there. Who knows? What is... I see a Prometheus spark. Uh-oh. Oh, is it as simple as just... I'm always trying to parkour. Another spark. Awesome. Those feel good to find. What is out here? Is that an elephant? Oh, it's ancient. It's like an ancient elephant slide. A slide in the form of a pachyderm. A type of playground equipment in the form of a pachyderm called an elephant. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Probably not. Elephants survived the extinction of biological humanity and appear to be thriving in certain parts of the world. Good for them. Shout out elephants. They're too dang smart to be killed off. What in the world is this? Another terminal. This is just Lizard 03 audio log only. That's good. I didn't want to read.
The rotting remains of the old world should fill me with melancholy. Even here on this remote island, our ancestors could not escape their fate. And yet, I find there is something pathetic about these ruins that evokes anger and even contempt. I feel it is a mistake to accept this catastrophe with equanimity. What we see here should offend us. When witnessing this triumph of entropy, we should aspire to a warrior spirit, even a kind of hate of the past and its failures that will never allow such a thing to happen again.
I like the way he talks. Also, second star location. We need a green connector. A green beam, which may come out of 6. Possibly. The angles are a little tough. Gosh, but then again, is that a rogue connector? Who knows? Who knows how this is working? I wonder if, like, you use those, it can help you out in puzzles. Like, hold up. What's up, Gordita? Hello, dropping a lurk for the moment until I can participate. Sure. Howdy. What the fuck do we have going on here? Red and blue to activate this. Okay. Let's see if I can get this into a sort of a line of sight with, say, the inverter. Lights are done. Awesome. That's an interesting angle. And then we need 2. Look at this. Okay, so oh. Well, we know that that will unlock that. But what if we didn't even need that? What if we went all the way through? Well, why don't I change up... Wait. I see the problem. I see part of the problem. What is over here? Interesting. Hold on, let's just pick this up. Alright, that breaks everything. this angle isn't as forgiving. And that's why we have to do it this way. Interesting. And then from this angle, the inverter could hit that. Blue could hit like this. Yeah, that's tricky. That is tricky. So we need both of those objects over here. That's the goal. Ah, okay. So that is the goal. That is the goal, my friend. We do have an angle this way, but that also doesn't seem attainable yet. Let's break this. Break this. Oh, right. What the fuck am I doing? That scared the shit out of me. Let's think about alternate angles. Like, if I just put you out in the middle, you would be blue, so then I can go blue to red. Can I hit? You can, but that doesn't really help me. But I'm just curious to see what this does. If it does anything. Oh. So it does open that. Well, hold on. Let's think about this. I can free that up. I can free that up if I do this. Right? Right. Okay, so there's some development. Now, if I do this, I can get rid of this. Now, I don't know why that helps me yet. Let's just stay calm. Oh, wait. That's cool, but what if I just did that? And that allows me to take this now. And now we have two things on this side. Wow, that's brilliant. That's a great little puzzle. I love that. Good times. Now. 5. I do want to just experiment. I like that when you're done, everything is open for you. Is that? It is. Of course, I don't know what color I need, but just wanted to make sure that's what it is. Whoa. Someone's scanning something over there. What the hell is that? Oh, this was something I solved. Cool design. Wow. I still haven't ran into that statue yet. I think that's a cute. Yakut is wearing Wait, did I skip 5? Huh. Oops. This is imprisoned. Ah, tricky. And the goal is to get blue through that gate. Through that there, I'd imagine. Alright. Okay. Okay. Well, hold on. We know when we flip that we can one more time. What does this do? It opens that, which would power on that. But if I flip it back, we would lose it. So I'm gonna have to experiment a little bit here. This won't do anything for me, but I might have to do some pre-setting up, like this and this. Or this might cross streams. I was thinking about having it near the window. Let's see what happens. No, the cross stream will cause the problem. Yeah, so you're not gonna do that. This is not Gehenna. Let's just ditch this idea for now, or at least maybe right here. That could possibly be seen. Hell, I don't even know what the gold is yet, actually. And now we have independency there. Which, red's going into that makes it blue. Is that it? Fuck yeah. It's a good puzzle. I like that. Kind of reminds me of Raymania, where you had to make a bunch of pre-connections. Of course, I didn't solve that one myself. I had to look it up. Because Raymania can go fuck itself. I digress. 7. This is a very vast land. 7 is this way. Just stay on the path. That's the one with green. So I do feel like if I somehow make this green, I can like use that, connect to green, and then shoot green there. I'll think about that later. I will think about that later. Anything juicy in there? Oh, a lost lab, I think. We're going to hold off on the lost lab. But I think I found it. Am I? Yes. 7. 7. Backward propagation. Well, the goal is to get blue here. Whoa. What is hiding in there? I can see that, but it's a little tricky. We need something coming in there. In a perfect world, I might need some pre-connections here. So it's going to be blue coming into him, which means that one's going to be red. They're going to revert, right? Because red's here, so it'll be blue going in. And then it'll be red there, giving me blue there. Oh. Okay. Curious to see how this behaves. But I'm hoping... I forgot about that. So we're trying to, just like the last puzzle, we're trying to create like a resilient, like a... I forgot the fucking name. But we're trying to have this stand on its own after the fact. So that we can take another piece. So let me just throw this down and see what the hell happens. So again, we have... Ooh, but that's... It does have its own resiliency now. So with that being said... Excuse me. It's shooting red out and it's taking blue in. So if I took it, my thing would become blue. Damn, I got the hiccups. I might have to redo this. Is there really not an angle for both of them? No. So there's more thinking involved than just that. Well, it doesn't need to be that complicated. Because in reality... Whoops. What are you doing, bruv? Oh. I'm a fool. Okay. We need you in range, son. You don't have to do anything sneaky like that. Here's what's gonna happen. I haven't exactly thought this through yet. Hold on. Let it create the redundancy we need. That's cool. What we do need, though, is pretty simple. I think it's just going to be boom, boom, and that's going to be the puzzle. I just misplaced it slightly. Now that should be the puzzle. Yeah. I like these. I like the ones where it's like, do this first, and then you can like opposite it. Kind of like the name implied. Into the tower. Well, not yet. Let's find more
These
stuff.
clouds seems to
Whoa,
contain
Miranda.
exactly the same amount of energy.
There's so much to discover on this island that sometimes it overwhelms me. Every lake, every forest contains an incredible, interconnected, permanently changing network of organisms. And every one of those organisms is almost infinitely complex and contains other organisms within itself. It seems impossible to ever really grasp. But then, step by step, I do understand. It takes time and effort, but it's not impossible. And there's a lot of joy to be found in simply taking the time to truly study something. I spent 5 years studying a single flower, and it never got boring.
Okay, interesting, Miranda. I see what's happening here. I solved a lost puzzle, which is why I can go to the tower. But I didn't do 8. So I want to do 8. This is positional interchange. That is Interesting stuff. So it will need a blue. Bastard. What can you see? Well, that's interesting, huh? Let's see what that it does. And you're having a rough time because you're breaking that. And then what's behind here? Oh, wow. But what if we kept you? It's interesting. All right, let's calm this down over here. What do I see? Alright, because you're red, so you would be able to shoot there too. But it's hitting this constantly, so how can we alleviate that problem? Or perhaps we don't need to yet. At a minimum, we can start this process and grab our second inverter. Maybe with a case of redundancy, you would stay in the air? Yeah. Hell, in fact, I'm gonna want to connect to you. Let's break this real quick so we can put this on there. Okay. Redundancy was the key. I think I fucked up though. Let's break this again. Because I want to add you to the mix. Now we can get rid of... Let's just think about it. All you're doing is... Yeah. You're out of the picture. Blue can shoot... I don't think you can see that actually. No, you can't. That's cool and all. I broke everything, huh? Why did I end up breaking everything? I'm a little confused on that. It's okay, because it's pretty easy to fix. Oh, because I fed it red. Because I took it from blue. The only red source we're getting is from you, which is trippy because it's inverting it. I kind of just need to sit here and think for a second. This would give me the red. feel as though I'm gonna want to break this. Well, hold on. Can you work from here? Now, from here? Because I feel like I want to make you... Alright. And it's not just that I want. I also want you to do this and this just for the shit of it. Ah, we have a crisscross conundrum. What do you see? You can't see into here. It's an interesting swap. It would still be problematic. Oh, because it stopped getting a... Okay, there is way too much going on here. This is nuts. I liked what I had before. You're staying in there, that's for sure. And to stay in the air, you need blue coming in. This changes things because now you're taking in blue but sending red. That's why that can be powered. But you can't invert until you have blue coming in. What have I done? Oh Lord, what have I done? Let's break everything. I don't know how I feel about the swap I made. Let's just get it back to what it was. For now. You can't even see blue. Let's get this up in the air. Via this. Alright. Amazing. So amazing. You can't see anything else special, right? There's really only one other difference I can do is swapping them. How does swapping them? I gotta figure that out because I think that has something to do with it. Tricky. But does it need to be tricky? But if I take this out, everything breaks? Yeah. So can we do it in a manner... don't see how this is benefiting me. Whoa. You are now blue. What is this called? Positional interchange. Positional interchange. I don't know if I like this setup. You know? We had a good thing going when it was just... Can't see it. You really can't see anything in there. I don't think. All you can do, I have your connection still. So all you can do for me is the door and that. Alright, let's get this thing back in the fucking air. And how do we do that? Really, I just need this. No. You also need that connection. Blue will only ever be blue. With this guy. Alright. That is permanent. Deselect all. I like that. Now... You could become the blue, but then where would I get the red? You certainly can't see into here. No. See, that's interesting, huh? You can use the outside ones. Wow. Okay. I have some thinking to do. Blue is emitting to that, inverting it. I feel like that's locked in stone. Does it need to stay in here? Because then it can be done. Right? Where's my other fucking thing? Where'd I put you? Over here? What are you doing? I think that's all it is. I think if I can get this guy out... Yeah, this will break this. Let's just bring it out. But that's the problem I'm facing. Could just be a positional thing. This is awesome to see. What? Hold on. It's the angles. It's the angles. Just stay out of its way. I don't know. I don't know. See, that's what I wanted it to do in between, was like that little hop. Wait, that's not at all how I wanted this to be. What if you were like not in my fucking way? But it's already up, so I can pick it up. That still doesn't help me get the hell out of here. I thought that would give me a path. What if you were behind me in the corner? Like No, because then you couldn't hit the blue. I feel I have confused myself now. This is definitely the first Talos 2 puzzle that has gotten me a little bit bewildered. This is an angle, eh? But you can't see your initial blue. I've got you independent. I got you hitting that. Yeah, getting you outside also doesn't really help. I don't think. What if I took... Go outside. Go outside. Shit. Alright, we're breaking it up. We're breaking it up. Oh, this is good stuff. Yeah, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're staying in here. I just want to see what I can see. Okay, this doesn't, not a fan of that angle. Let's get you out of there. Inverters are starting to invert my brain, if you will. Well, it's certainly going to need to be up in the air. And it does feel important to do that. I don't know what I just clicked. What did I just do again? Alright. Alright, I want you back. I want you back in here. Skadoo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-ba-doom-doom-doom-doom-doom. Doom-doom-doom. What if I made this my red somehow? You're still having a crisscross conundrum. You know what I mean? Oh, shit. You're still having a crisscross conundrum. Not relevant to what you were doing, but I thought my little bear paws were a goner. Seeing those little babies makes me so happy. Why did you think that? Why did you drop? Why are you not supporting yourself, you rat bastard? Support yourself. Then stay there. Positional interchange. Boo-doo-doo-boo-doo-boo-boo. This is where things get tricky. This is where things get tricky. If I took you but that fucks everything up. That'll at least keep you in the air while I break this. It doesn't exactly help me. What color are you? You're still red? But I made this red now, so that's kind of cool. I mean, is it? I don't know. And for the shit of it, let's connect it to there and see what happens. Nothing. Because I don't have a source. Wait. Connect to this. I don't know what's happening. There's so much happening here. Whoa. It just didn't seem to be doing well. How do you manage that? So I gotta be hitting this one from a different angle because blue has to find its way in like somewhere here, you know? So I'm gonna wanna maybe put something like over here. How does one do that, you ask? I don't fucking know. I don't. Frickin' don't. Although this is pretty viable. Why don't we set this up again how I had it? Which, how did I have it? I don't recall. That's blue. Let's let them live, bruh. Let them live. You need to do 2 jobs for me, which is keep that damn door open, boy. What we're going to do now is do this to this, which will power you up. Well, hold on. Instead of this always constantly backwards crap. Whoops. Yep, and now we will recreate the redundancy here. Power up, power up. Okay. I should be able to remove you. And what do you see? You can see you. What happens if I do, you know, that would become red, that would become red, that would become red. In a perfect world, you would just be perfect. But you're not. You're just not perfect. I'm yawning. Can you go underneath that, you think? And then the question is how? The garden, new poem. I walk in the garden without fear. As stars swirl across the sky, and I stand amongst the tall lilies who lift their faces to the passing eons. Here I will do no harm, and no harm will come to me. For at last... Oh, I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Oh, that is what it says. For at last my long journey is over, and I am at home. Beautiful, makes me feel calm and happy. This is my new favorite of yours, I think. Although maybe step by step towards the nightingales might still win out. Let's say it's a tie. The words are definitely beautiful. Beautiful, but to me it seems like a poem about death. What's going on? Where's my buttons? Sometimes I feel like I can't control the menu very well. Okay. What does this say? I walk in the garden without fear. Yeah, I also feel like it's about death. Interesting that both you and Urinia had the same response. I never thought of the poem as being about death. To me, it was about New Jerusalem. But what you are saying makes sense. By limiting our growth, we accept that one day our story will be over. But is that so bad if it was a good story? Rage against death. I mean, technically they're robots. Fuck it. I agree, I think. Better to live well than to struggle forever. Besides, we have plenty of time. Thank you for your thoughts, everyone. I really appreciate them. Okay, I'm going to give this one a break. Because right now it has me stumped. Maybe I can come back and figure it out. I'll reset it. Love the loading screen. Positional interchange. Yeah, I just gotta figure that one out. I could enter the tower, but there's another lost puzzle. That would be cool to find. And I got exploring to do for Eastern Wetlands. Got some stars to figure out. Greens to connect. There was a giant statue. Ah, there you are. And it said X marks the spot. This is nuts. So let's see what the hell this is all about. And there's also Lost Lab. Did I do this? What the hell is this? I don't know what that is yet. I want to see what this big statue is first. This is a path as well. It's like Elden Ring. Is that attainable? Nope. I was waiting to hear Elohim's voice. He wasn't there. What am I without you, Elohim? What are you hiding in these forests? I love the sounds of the trees cracking. I want a little less music, personally. I like that ambiance. Wow, look at this. How do you do, sir?
Just when I thought we'd found all the weird stuff.
Yeah, but there was a picture sent to me. No, god damn it. Oh, it was this. So if that's where that is, it's over to the right. Success and Trevor 3. I love Trevor. Success from 456E6572267792. It worked. I made a statue. Well, it half worked. The design wasn't The design wasn't balanced, so it fell over and broke. It was very dramatic. But the good news is that it all works in principle. Imagine what we could do using stone, part of the environment. Miranda. Damn you robots for speaking like that. All right, Trev. Never Percy. What do you got?
So, humanity is great. I really believe that. And that's why I'm here. But I have to be honest with you, individual people, not always my favorite. I'm not the smartest guy ever, and I know that. But there are some people, man, some people are just so dumb. I don't even know if they're actually conscious. Sometimes I think their whole lives might be like a dream. They're just stumbling around, no idea what's going on, mumbling some random nonsense. And the thing that you have to understand about our time period is that a lot of these people wield enormous power. They run whole countries and corporations. Yeah, that's right. We've handed over our civilization to people I wouldn't trust to tie their own shoelaces. And if they're dumb, then what are we? I don't honestly have an answer to that, so just please try to do better.
Sorry, Trev. It's the way it works. You know, we haven't chatted in a while, Byron.
Hey, 1K.
What's up? Tell me about yourself, buddy.
I'm someone who was
Number
born a
7.
long time ago, when we couldn't afford to romanticize the past and demonize progress, when the value of human civilization was evident because it was so close to being gone. I'm someone who believes that human beings are important, terribly, desperately important, because intelligent life is rare and precious.
Smart guy.
I suppose you could say I'm old-fashioned.
What's the role of puzzles in our culture?
When Alexandra Drennan was trying to find a way of creating true AI, she stumbled upon the idea that curiosity and playfulness are core characteristics of intelligence. So she built the simulation around a game, because playing is part of what makes us human. We also retain some of that code, as I'm sure you noticed when you were booting up. Because of that, puzzles have always been important to our culture. To me, they represent the idea that the application of reason can lead us forward. None of which explains why these puzzles are here or who built them, but I think it shows that there must be some kind of intent behind them, perhaps a test.
I was going to say that's not what he said. Now, yeah. Okay. What do you think about the megastructure, Byron?
It's a mystery. Not just because it's technologically far ahead of us, but because we genuinely don't understand its purpose. And I think that's wonderful. It's just what we needed as a civilization.
I am curious about, what do you think about New
We
Alexandria?
made two
Tell me about
fatal
it.
mistakes in New Alexandria. One was trusting the texts of our ancestors without thinking for ourselves. The other was giving up instead of doubling down, letting the tragedy define our future.
What do you make of this, Miranda?
Going on what little we have, honestly, she reminds me of myself when I'd just been born. I came out from the dam at night, and the sky was full of stars. I felt a reverence then, an almost ecstatic connection to the sublime. The universe seemed like a miracle, and to exist within it was the greatest possible honor. That view was tempered in time, but I've always tried to hold on to as much of it as I could.
You and Alcatraz seem to have an odd friendship, Byron.
Because we disagree on just about everything, you mean? Well, here's the secret. Al is honest.
Al is honest.
He believes what he believes because it seems right to him, not because it gives him power over others. I respect that. In fact, I prefer that to someone who agrees with me just because I'm one of the first companions.
That's fair. What do you make of Pandora?
It's clear that there's some kind of antagonistic force in this place, something that doesn't want us to discover the purpose of the megastructure. Perhaps that's part of the testing. Or perhaps it's what's responsible for this state of decay.
Yes, I am honest. Good. Are you being honest about being honest? That's all. Thanks, Byron. It was cool chatting with you, buddy. I'm caught up with you and your coot. With you and your coot. You and your coot. We need to find another lost puzzle. This island is pretty damn big. You know what? I gotta remember to start using. What is that? My GPS. My GPS. My compass. It kind of is a GPS, right? I'm just gonna sprint at the question marks because I tend to forget that this exists up here. But it's damn useful. Instead of running around like a naked mole rat. Whatever the hell that means. Trying to find these other things. What is this? Did I do this? No. Reconnected. Here's our second lost puzzle. Let's grab you, inverter. And for now, use this. This is my driller. We need red. Red source. What if... Boom, boom. Reconnected. Wait, it's red. It's red coming out. So it'll be blue, blue. Stay here? But does that... Oh, I forgot to pre-connect to the fucking source. But I also still need to think about what I'm doing. Okay, that's going to power the door, therefore I can get this back. Cool. I'm about right there. Let's make that happen, Captain. Right. But this allows me to come through and grab this. That's a tricky little twist, you son of a bitch. That's all good, though. Maybe. This does allow me to come over here, which is why I might need to make pre-connections. So what would I be able to see, say, from here? I could then power the door again. Right? That's basically all I could possibly do. Let's see how that works. It's a little tricky. Okay. Because that should free that up after I'm done. Alright, I'm laying down because my back hurts. Oh, okay. I love you. Enjoy your thing. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Let's think about what the fuck's going on here. Love you. This is a thinker. Yeah. Yeah. This a frickin' thinker. Okay. Well, hold on. Am I pre-connected? Am I pre-connected to the red? Let's take this. Now I feel like I maybe have something going. Won't that red coming into there would turn this to blue, back to red. All right, this is getting a little crazy, but stick with me. I think there's something there. You bitch. You bitch. All right. Hey, it worked like I thought it would. Wow. That's a good one. So that puts us... Oh, there's just that number 8, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna get you. Potentially. Probably. Hopefully. Yeah, there's gonna be a way for me to turn this green. Where's my star? Is there any other question marks? There is. Let's see what that one is. Sprinting to the right. It's the lost lab that I haven't explored. I forgot about that. Thank you.
Every
Question
site we've
mark.
investigated has had one of these labs, but they seem primitive compared to some of the technology we're seeing above ground.
Are we even sure that the labs and the puzzles belong to the same people?
There seems to be a connection between the experimental setups in the labs and some of the puzzle technology.
Correlation does not necessarily imply causation, though.
True. But just because we don't understand the connection, that doesn't mean it's not there. What we have here is two things that reflect each other. We just don't understand how that reflection works or what causes it.
Maybe Miranda can tell us.
Fuck. That's gonna be the next technology, huh? Son of a bitch. Alright, what do you got? That's gonna be mind-numbing. The End Draft. The End. This is by Olufemi, Canada. Olufemi. The End. After a lifetime dedicated to the written word, I'm faced with the task I could never have expected. Writing an epitaph. An epitaph. How do you say that word? I don't care. Epitaph, not only for myself, but for my species. In the unlikely event that Alexandra Drennan is successful, and one day someone reads this, what meaningful insights can I share into this strange phenomenon that is humanity? I spent days thinking about it, but now I'm running out of time. So I'll set down the one thought that I simply can't shake. It didn't have to be this way. With more time, we could have found a cure. With a few political victories, we could have been prepared. Change any factor, even by a little, and we would have made it. This isn't divine punishment, it's just dumb luck. I'm reaching for something here, but I don't know what it is. Forgiveness? Grace? Acceptance? No. I hate the idea of accepting this. Hope, maybe. I feel like this story is unfinished. Maybe it should be. No epitaphs for humanity. So, I know at one point I learned how to say that word. It's one of my favorite albums by a band called Necrophagist. Epitaph. Pronunciation.
We are looking at how to pronounce this word, as well as how to say more interesting and related words. words in English, so make sure to stay tuned and consider subscribing for more learning.
Bruh.
How do you say it? Epitaph.
Epitaph? Is that really just how I said it, right?
Epitaph.
Epitaph. Okay, they both said it differently. Well, how the hell does that help me? Okay, epitaph. I'm gonna stick with it. Sometimes I care. Sharon. Sharon? Caron? Lord Dunsany. From 51 Tales by Lord Dunsany. Sharon leaned forward and rode. All things were one with his wariness. Why are you not scrolling? Okay. It was not with him a matter of years or of centuries, but of wide floods of time, and an old heaviness and a pain in the arms that had become for him part of the scheme that the gods had made, and was of a piece with eternity. If the gods had even sent him a contrary wind, it would have divided all time in his memory into two equal slabs. So gray were all things always, where was that if any radiance lingered a moment among the dead, on the face of such a queen perhaps as Cleopatra, his eyes could not have perceived it. It was strange that the dead nowadays were coming in such numbers. They were coming in thousands where they used to come in 50s. It was neither Sharon's duty nor his wont to ponder in his gray soul why these things might be. Sharon leaned forward and rode. It was going to be embarrassing if this is not how you say this person's name, but it looks like a weird way of saying Sharon. Charon? Oh, fucking Charon? Sharon? Then one man came alone. No, I think I skipped the whole paragraph. Then no one came for a while. It was not usual for the gods to send no one down from earth for such a space, but the gods knew best. Then one man came alone, and the little shade sat shivering on a lonely bench, and the great boat pushed off. Only one passenger, the gods knew best. And great and weary Sharon rode on and on beside the little, silent, shivering ghost. The sound of the river was like a mighty sigh that grief in the beginning had sighed among her sisters, and that could not die like the echoes of human sorrow failing on earthly hills, but was as old as time, and the pain in Sharon's arms. Then the boat from the slow gray river loomed up on the coast of Dees what? Stop. And the little silent shade, still shivering, stepped ashore, and Sharon turned the boat to go wearily back to the world. Then the little shadow spoke that had been a man. I am the last, he said. No one had ever made Sharon smile before. No one before had ever made him weep. Miranda says, there is an obvious and perhaps intended interpretation, that this is the end of humanity, and the last shadow is the last human to live. And another interpretation is equally possible, that humanity has achieved immortality, and the last shadow is the last human to die. I prefer the latter. I like Miranda. For now, Noma Project 4 progress notes. Version 0.08 was unsuccessful, same problem as with Trial 108. Repeated all calculations, same result. Weird. Trials, bunch of numbers, from 804 to 891. Experiment modified to gain further insights into unexpected error, inconsistent results. Trials 892 to 937, simultaneous trials affecting each other via unknown mechanism. What is going on here? Okay, I'm very parched. A lot of reading. Need to get some water. BRB in like 30 seconds. Okay, whenever this appears, looks like magnets or inverted turning on and off gravity or anti-gravity. No, that's... It's going to one side. Hold on, what's actually happening? Oh, that's gonna be fucked. That's all I'm saying. If you thought I sucked now, you just wait. Alright. Yeah, the readings are a little rough. Mainly because I don't have my cursor anymore. I'm on PC, so I can't, like, follow along, which really helps me. Plus, these are words that are quite tough. Ah, the generator room. So, I think these are in every single one, and they're just, you know, an additional detail to the environment. Wow, look at that wall. I don't know why, that looked cool. Okay. Another lost lab. Haven't found any lost artifacts. Those don't show up. What is that? Okay, one last thing. I haven't talked to Alcatraz in a bit.
Everything okay?
What does the goal mean to you, Al?
To me, it means accepting a certain amount of humility. Our ancestors thought they could master the world with no regard for any other organisms. They failed to see themselves as part of a greater whole. I think the founder realized where they went wrong and tried to offer us a different path. A path where we have a place in this world, but the world is not ours.
What could these puzzles mean, Al?
Well, puzzles, or trials, as Elohim calls them, were used as part of the process that created the founder, and they're still part of how we're born. They symbolize the human ability to understand the world and solve problems. But nowadays, they don't have a practical application. They are a common motif in the arts, though. The only physically existing puzzles I can think of are in the Museum of the Simulation. So, to answer your question, no idea.
Yeah, I will go back to the... Well, whenever the hell I'm able to go back to New Jerusalem. I know that in the museum there were old school Tetramino puzzles that I want to do. I just don't maneuver them very well on console. On PC, they were way easier to maneuver. Not to solve, to maneuver. Let me make that distinction. What do you make of the Sphinx?
Whatever that being is, it told us that we stand before the fire. That can only be a warning, and I think we should take it seriously. We don't want another New Alexandria.
Yeah, that's what people keep talking about, this New Alexandria. So what do you make of Pandora, then?
It's pretty clear to me that she doesn't want us to proceed with what we're doing. I find that deeply concerning. That said, there are clearly other forces at play here as well, so I'm trying my best to remain open to a more positive interpretation.
One of these beings called us here after all. It could be a test. I'm leaning negative myself. Prometheus did come here and tell us to visit the island.
Exactly. But we don't really understand anything yet, and this Prometheus is suspiciously absent, so I remain cautious.
But Pandora chained him. That's the last we saw was him getting chained. You will not chain me again, Pandora. Ah. I thought that was cool. Alright, I really need to solve 8, but I need to go in with a fresh mind. From what it looks like, I don't feel as though I could get green connected to it from a single puzzle, but there is the idea of these rogue connectors, say there. Where is it? Where? Whoops, shit. Right? Green could, in theory, get there. But we can't form that here. We don't have an RGB converter. One of the puzzles, I think, had one. So it's possible that this is the puzzle that I need to hit it from. But I also would need to do something like that and get these rogue static connectors turned green. And see, that makes me wonder about E2, because I also saw these rogue connectors, but I already had solved for the, well, maybe that was not that one. I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. Alcatraz, what's up? So Alcatraz, you're wearing all white, right? Is that, you're the all white guy? Yeah. Yakut is green. Red is Byron. And then there's Melville, who I think is blue. And I haven't seen her for a while. We can solve for this, but I don't feel good about that. I don't feel good about it until I can freaking finish 8. So that's my goal. I'm gonna have to bunker down and figure this shit out. 8. Whoa. It is such a beautiful area. This whole game has been just jaw-droppingly beautiful. It's an astonishing difference. The first game was beautiful, but this is just a complete step up. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it with this whole connector thing. I like to see how it pans out. Is that the big number 8 up there? Astonishing is right. You're goddamn right. What is this? That was a good puzzle. Is there an RGB converter in here? I like when you finish a puzzle, they're all done. Or, I mean, they're all open. That's what I meant to say. Not done. That doesn't make sense. Alright, I got off my path. I always get distracted, damn it. I think, yeah, this is the big 8. Ah, okay. Let's go! Positional interchange. What does that mean? I don't know. I'm not even going to act like I really understand. We know we like that. Alright, we know we like that. We probably want that. Let's just stick it to the man and do this. Right. That's the next problem. Oh, right. There's a little bit of pre-setup I need to do first, which is like, get the fuck out of here with that. It's like this. Being in the air, it can't be a red herring. I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe it. If I connected to red right now, you would become blue. And so, but if I did that in the air, it would give me a little bit of space for, say, red. So there's work to be had. Let's get you in the air first and foremost. That I don't think is something that will change. Alright, let's create the redundancy issue. Wonderful. Okay. Now let's just think about the logic of what we have here. That is inverted to red because blue is getting put into it. Okay. Now if we swap this, what's really happening? Tell me, Jesus. I was able to make this red by getting it out, but I don't feel like that really helps me too much. Alright, so like, what the fuck are we doing here? If I brought this out, I can hit blue. And then that leaves red open here. But that's still a problem. You'd wish they fixed the Twitch app on Chromecast. Yeah. I also wish they would do that. Sorry, babe. But wait. The reason why I want to bring it out is so it can hit blue, because it can't hit blue from within here. And that is the damn problem. So, like, fuck. But what if this was red, this was red, and right here we can hit all things red. Yeah, I'm sorry, babe. Ba-doom, 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 doom, ba-doom, 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 doom, ba-doom. Somebody is staying on this button, whether you like it or not. Alright, that's just a fact of life. Somebody's staying on that button. It's the only thing giving life to this entire puzzle. This is a position where... No, it is not the position where anything is happening. What color do you become, though? I'm just curious. It will become blue. This one's got me pretty good. This one's got me pretty good. But you can't even be seen, so you're not really doing anything. It's this fucking idea of getting blue connected. I can't bring that son of a bitch out. Because something has to stay there. What can this see from here? It can see both reds. It can see both reds. But you're already doing one of those jobs for me. So you're going to need a... Whatever out here has to hit blue. And I am missing that aspect to this. God, I wonder how simple this really is. Oh, fuck. Alright. Let's just forget about this. Fuck it. Fuck it all. Is there like an angle, if it's up in the air, that it won't hit this laser? Is that what's happening here? What color are you? And why don't you have a connection? Because you're blue now. Because you're fucking blue now. But you can hit that. So why aren't you doing that job for me? This thing is doing a lot of work. You're not tall enough. But from here, you could be. You son of a bitch. What the did I even just do? Okay, hold on. I swapped things up. This is insanity. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Wow. Yeah, because like there's always going to be this crisscross conundrum. So it had to have been like a up high angle thing. That's good. Now this is nuts. And like maybe I'm making it a bit more complicated than it needs to be. Well, maybe not. Everything is doing a sole purpose. Well, besides this blue. But I did have to do kind of a change with it. That is confusing. It's something I can only know how to solve like in the moment. So anyway, let's go build a bridge. Wow. That's something. You were thinking of try swapping where you had the connector and the converter or whatever they're called. Yeah, it's a inverter. And I had swapped them multiple times. I mean, there could always be a different way to solve that, for sure. Actually, I have no idea where I'm running, by the way. I just started running. Like, see? Look at this. Oh, that's just a flagpole? Oh, that's not what I thought it was. Never mind. Look at this! There's nothing there, buddy. Did I solve this? What the hell is this? 4. Okay, someone get me out of here, please. You swapped it and solved it, so I didn't have anything. I didn't have to say anything. We are communicating telepathically. I love you. Telekinesis. We should have a horse. That's all I'm saying. Whoa. Oh, that's the bridge. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Okay, it's just the unbuilt bridge. Okay. Okay, let's do this thing. What the fuck? I'm still trying to get used to the buttons. So it's going to look a little awkward until I kind of figure the buttons out a bit. Luckily, it looks like this one's kind of working itself out. Just via... Right. So, like... You're just gonna work the way it works. Oh, I'm sorry. Now the fun begins. That's too obvious of a beginning. It has to be this. That's too easy. It has to be this. What's my other piece? An L? That might work. Never mind. I take it all back. Rotate. It doesn't do anything for me. Maybe I should have taken the obvious path, perhaps? Yeah, I guess I should. Woo! Let's go, baby! Apparently when this happens, everything goes crazy on my screen, so if I look like shit, It's the game's fault. It's Twitch's fault, probably. Oh my
When the
god.
craftsman Daedalus was imprisoned in the very
Daedalus.
labyrinth he had created, his only solace was his son, Icarus.
Icarus.
To escape their plight, he fashioned wings of feathers and wax. He warned his son to fly neither too high nor too low. But his son, enraptured by the freedom of flight, flew too close to the sun. Thus the wax in his wings melted, and he fell to his death. What was the sun's error?
When the craftsman Daedalus was imprisoned in the very labyrinth he created, his only solace was his son, Icarus. To escape their plight, he fashioned wings of feathers and wax. To escape their plight, he fashioned wings of feathers and wax. He warned his son to fly neither too high or too low, but his son, enraptured by the freedom of flight, flew too close to the sun. He was so enamored by the fact that he could fly, he got reckless. So you could argue he did get careless. He should have never attempted to escape. No, fuck that. Disobedience. He should have listened to his father. Impatience. If he wanted to soar so high, he should have built better wings. Idiocy. The wings were made from wax. I mean, come on. Hubris. The flames of the sun belongs to the gods. It's a mix, right? Because, for one, he didn't listen to his father. He was also pretty careless. I guess, I don't know, this is probably wrong, but fuck it.
Yet many great feats came of rebellion and disobedience.
Of course you have something to say.
You yourself are born of that lineage. After the death of his son, Daedalus withdrew in sorrow to a foreign land. King Minos came looking for the craftsman to exact his revenge. The answer to a riddle revealed where Daedalus dwelled. But for Minos, that answer was his ruin. Consider King Minos, burned in his bath, as you seek your own answer.
Oh my god. Our third nipple is going to be shooting a laser. The red laser. Eastern Wetlands. Activate the tower in the Eastern Wetlands.
3 receivers, 3 towers, 3 beams, as we suspected. I think this is an invitation.
Doesn't look that inviting to me.
If you consider the size of the entire structure, then that opening must be big enough to drive a building through.
Or the VTOL.
You want us to go in there, into the creepy triangular maw of death?
Yes.
Maw of death? I think it looks charming.
Byron's right. We're here to explore, and this is a mystery worth investigating. This technology could change everything.
Oh, all right. I'm not winning this, am I?
No, buddy.
Nope. Let's meet up with the VTOL, everybody. We're going in.
Oh my god, we're gonna jump! That's called speed running. That's awesome. We're going in. Hold on though. The thing is I could do stars later, you know? They're not exactly the same as so far as like Talos 1. But I really want to see what's in there. So we're going. Return to the VTOL. Wait. Is the VTOL is back at the Megastructure? Yes, so I do need to return home. But let's just take a look. 8 of 8, 2 of 2. Everything there. 1 of 2 here. And none of god dang it, none of 2 here. None of 2. But wow, there's a lot. There's a lot to see and do. They were just talking about the north, so if I had to guess, maybe we can go into the megastructure. Is that what it's called? The megastructure. In and then out the other side to north. Let's find out. We're going. Whoop! Whoop! This game has been an absolute treat. What a sequel.
finished my analysis of the particle clouds. At first I thought they might be some kind of nanotechnology, but I was wrong. It's a lot worse than that. What we're looking at is a completely unknown type and state of matter. Completely inexplicable within our understanding of physics. Created and manipulated by someone.
Fascinating.
The founder? Athena? Wow. I did it.
Come on, people, get on board. We haven't got all day.
Well, hold on. There's some stuff to see here. I want to see the Golden Gate. No, I don't. I don't care. Not yet. Let's go. Let's just... Wow.
Yakut, take us in.
Aye, aye, sir.
Have any of you ever read an ancient writer called Ian Banks? I guess not. He postulated the concept of the outside context problem. That's when a society encounters something so advanced, so different, that they simply could not have conceived of it. That's what this is. This whole place is one giant outside context problem. And we're headed right into it.
Oh my god. Into the machine. Enter the megastructure.
I think I can set down over there. Should I?
Please do.
What
I can't wait to get a closer
the
look.
hell?
Setting down.
Okay, everyone. We need to explore as much as we can, separately if need be, but stay in touch. Record anything interesting you find.
My
Pay
leg.
special attention to any clues as to who built this place and why.
The schematics we found in that lab were extremely incomplete. So if you can find any more of those, that would be great.
I think someone should stay at the VTOL just in case.
I volunteer you. See you later, Al.
You do sound like the oldest, no offense. But that's also one of the rules we learned. Preliminary analysis results read the particle clouds, Melville. Imagine an ant trying to make sense of a nuclear power plant, an armadillo trying to explain disco music. You get my drift. These particle clouds contradict every known law of physics. What's really shocking here isn't what we are seeing in new and powerful technology. Isn't that we're seeing a new and powerful technology? It's that this implies about our grasp of physics. A lot of what we thought we knew must be wrong or incomplete on some fundamental level. A humbling realization. I don't like it. You love their relationships? Yeah, the way they bounce off each other is fun. I like it. What I wanted to say was this right here. Our standard expedition, we had 7 rules. One of them being... one expedition member to stay by the vehicle at all times. Rule number 3. So we're following protocol. Is he really here? Yeah, he's straight chilling. Hey, dude. Holy sh... And that's... Wait. Where did we come in from? Just looking up makes me want to puke. The logic of this place is breaking my brain a little bit. Anyway, explore the area. There seems to be only one way. Is this Tomb Raider? Horizon Zero Dawn? What is Crow Team up to? It's freaking beautiful, I'll tell you that right now. And Domjon is a genius. Whoa. Holy shit, 1K. What are we getting into? Huh. I see a left path. I see a right path. Let's go to the right. I'm a little speechless. So was that Prometheus? This is No, that's the Sphinx. That's Pandora's box, is it? Pandora with her box? Oh. The music, man. Gosh. I really don't want to read, though. Chernyshevsky on loyalty from Arkady Chernyshevsky in our likeness. Essays on humankind reaching adulthood. What I propose then is that we are not born as entirely free agents, responsible only for ourselves. The very core of what we are, our sentience, separates us from and elevates us above the animal kingdom, as I have argued. This is not a matter of arrogance, but of responsibility. However, this blessing also demands something else from us, something more personal than responsibility, and that is loyalty. Our ancestors, less atomized than we are, experienced a crude version of this loyalty, swearing allegiance to tribes, races, nations, and other such semi-fictional concepts. Semi-fictional concepts. This fragmented understanding was easily exploited and led to many conflicts. We can condemn them for that, or we can choose to believe these were necessary historical steps towards our growth. But above all, we must stop indulging in such childlike behavior. Our species can no longer afford to believe in Mother Russia or Uncle Sam. Neither, however, can we afford to indulge in the adolescent rebel's misanthropy. Misanthropy? Yeah, butchered it. Rejecting the many gifts we have been lucky enough to receive, not from above, but from the history of our species. To put it simply, each of us owes a burden of loyalty to humanity itself, to the human project across time and space. This is not a minor matter, or some abstract issue for philosophers. It is a profound and significant part of every human life. It is a universal source of meaning and insight that can bind us together and set us on a path for a brighter future. And it is also a division, a line that must held against those who preach the gospel of self-annihilation. We ignore it at our peril. Failure to load profile. Chernyshevsky, like Drennan, stood by this belief to the bitter end. Without him, the archive would not exist. As we owe humanity our loyalty, so we owe a more personal debt to those individuals who gave everything for our story to continue. It's good stuff. Okay, I think the obvious path is straight. And I really hope that's one of our guys, because it's kind of creepy. Whoa, is that moving? Oh, what the fuck is that? Alright, let's go left. Oh. You got here before me, Melville. What you got? Alright. You're occupying that terminal. Read up. I'll go straight then. Or is this separate? It is. It is separate.
Hold on a second, 1K. I think I can find an override for that door.
Maybe after that, you can help me with this elevator?
One problem at a time. What's going on with these fast structures? Okay, door should be opening. Now, about the elevator.
Actually, the elevator's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No idea where I am, but it's working.
Don't go too far. Try to circle back.
On it.
Oh my gosh. I don't know where I'm going. I kind of want to go back. That's the outside, is it? I feel like I'm gonna fight an Elden Ring boss. This music is epic. Okay, all of that to take a turn. We're moving. We're moving. Love it here. The lighting is brilliant. Yakut? So we...
Hey, 1K, can we talk for a second?
She's creeping me out with those eyes,
that
man.
whole thing with the elevator just gave me the creeps.
Sure, what's up?
When we first arrived here, I was really excited. It's such a huge place. The technology is so advanced. If we figure out what it all means, we could really change the future of New Jerusalem. The mayor says we have to avoid repeating the mistakes our ancestors made, to stay humble, to not reach too far. And that sounds very abstract, but I've seen the ancient cities. I've seen how much they built, how much they grew, how far they fell. So I've been thinking, what if all this sets us on the same path? What if this is too much power for anyone to control?
You're right. This place could be dangerous, but we need to understand it. I don't think what went wrong with our ancestors was too much power. I think your original impulse was correct. New Jerusalem needs this technology. The mayor's premise is wrong. He's assuming history can only develop in one way. Honestly, I think it's too early to tell. We don't know if it's dangerous. It looks creepy. I think it's too early to tell, man.
Fair enough. Maybe I shouldn't worry so much before we know more. Thanks for talking to me, 1K. I know we're in the middle of something, but I kind of needed that.
Sure, Yakut. You are a robot. Did you really need it? Where did your elevator get you, though? Because if I just walked down, wouldn't that mean the elevator got you down here? But... oh, God. Oh, boy. Another bridge.
Looks like another set of puzzles. Same pattern, 1 gate, 3 receivers. Like some sort of fractal symmetry.
What the fuck are we doing? I feel like there was more up there that I missed, damn it. Hopefully I can go back. I guess let's keep solving for this. Well, that was easy. Cool. Activate 3 beams. This is looking like a whole new section of stuff, which I think I'm going to save for another one. So I want to go back first and just see. First off, he took an elevator down here, so there should be an elevator somewhere. Yakut was the one in the elevator, right? And he said he took an elevator. And then I see him down here. So what the hell is that logic? Where was your elevator ride, dude? That's one thing I want to find. Maybe there's an easy way back up. Or I'll sprint. No big deal. But I'm pretty damn sure I saw him in the elevator. Makes you wonder if I have to activate it first. Chernyshevsky. Okay. I do have new... so cool. Activate 3 beams. That's the elevator. But there was also something over here that I don't think I looked at yet. Byron, what the hell are we looking at? It's a giant receiver, a green one. I don't think you need to use those binoculars. That's death. I take it. Wow. Byron, you gonna talk about that? Alright. We'll talk about it later. This is juicy. And then there was a... You're still occupying this, Melville? So you're not gonna let me read that. Got it. Let's just check out this elevator then. Or not. That confuses me. There's got to be a way back up. If Yaku was down there, make it make sense. I have to make it make sense. Uh-huh. Is that the elevator? Well, regardless of wherever this mysterious elevator took him, guess I'm not meant to find out. Yet, perhaps. Maybe soon it will make sense. But it looks like we have another set, well, a giant area of puzzles inside this megastructure, which I'm going to save for the next episode. So that's going to wrap up part 3 of my Talos Principle 2 blind playthrough. This is just bonkers. We are inside of the megastructure, and now we have to solve more puzzles. I'm very excited. Gordita, thanks for joining. I appreciate you hanging out. Until next time, y'all. I'm excited to continue this, so yeah, hopefully I see you guys soon. Take care. Thanks for watching. See ya. Thanks, Gordita. I appreciate it. Means a lot. And it's mutual. So, I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.